Okay, that was an awkward intro. Uh, we're gonna be looking over the new. Thank you, Deadpan Idiot. You have made
Oh
your
well,
entrance.
yeah.
Yeah, that made me jump. Okay, I got Green Daimogoku to 2 stars. Okay, so we're gonna be looking over
Weirdo
the.
as fuck.
We're gonna be looking over the Legends Fest 2024 units. All of them. Do you have anything to say to the audience?
Uh, Your Honor, I'm sorry for the lack of uploads, but I'm trying to find something good that I can actually upload that'd be fun to upload. That isn't just like making a Minecraft playthrough.
Helldivers?
Because I would rather not have my identity be a Minecraft YouTuber because I do not want to become a pedo.
I mean, that is fair, you know. I'm not going to make any
But if I'm gonna
allegations
do a
here.
Minecraft Let's Play, I'm probably just gonna do it with friends.
Please don't make any allegations, by the way. I don't have a law team. Uh, okay. Let's get this out. Let's get. You can't play certain things, okay? Because some of the stuff's
Say that.
copyright.
I can play that. That's AI.
I mean, that's fair, but you still. You know what you can and can't play. Okay. I'm gonna pull up the units on my phone as well, so I can look at the stats. This is the official Dragon Ball Legends website here. We got Vegito Blue. I'm gonna leave it. Please don't do that. I don't know if that's copyrighted. Okay, so he's I mean, I watched the reveals and stuff. Yeah, he's green. Z ability, 38% tag future fusion warrior god key base strike and blast attack, and 18% to tag future strike defense during battle. Okay, okay, helps make them a bit more tanky. I like that. Um, strike, blast armor, blast, 10% damage received. He inflicts the enemy with for 10 counts. Uh, blue card landless is yeah. Uh, Massive impact damage, 30% special move damage inflicted for 3 counts upon activation. Applies the following effects to enemy on hit. Randomly destroys 3 cards, reduce key by 50, destroy Dragon Balls. Okay, sure. Green card. Randomly draws 1 new card, restore own health by 15%, and key by 50. Charge own unique H by 20%. 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Shortens ally subcount by 1. Short inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 50% to health restoration for 10 timer counts. Okay.
That's a lot of words.
It is. It is. I'm
I'm
also
not reading
yeah. I'm also going to read his stats. He has around 2.6 million health. I'm going to get rid of about 13,000 stats for the arts boost. So 241,000 strike attack. That is kind of pathetic. He is a range type, to be fair. 256,000 blast attack, roughly. Roughly 176,000 strike defense and 179,000 blast defense in base. Eh, I mean base stats are just outright not not good, but transformed he'll get much higher stats. Okay. Okay, just outright 150% damage inflicted. Okay. 70% reduced damage received. Arts card draw speed. -5 to arts costs. Cover null for 30 timer counts immediately. Okay.
There's too many words.
It, my throat's starting to hurt, actually.
There's too many words.
Okay. Crap, we gotta look over the main ability. Transformer and that truck thing made me think of Transformers. So when I saw Transform, I wanted to say Transformers.
Transformers.
Transform
Did
into.
somebody say Transformers?
Oh no. Oh, it's
What's
four.
that?
It's 420. Uh, transforms into blue. Draws at most 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards. Restore own health by 50% and key by 50.
I just opened Legends for the first time.
50%? What'd you say?
I just opened Legends for the first time in a while, and I'm getting auditorially flashbang.
That's fair. Restore health by 50%. That's insane. Key by 50. Gets the Vanishing Gauge back. Cancel attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. Yada, yada, yada. 20 counts. That's actually a bit faster than normal. Normally it's 25. Following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Gets 30 key, 80% damage inflicted, activates once, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 15% to strike and blast arts power for 10 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 30% to special move ultimate and awaken arts power for 10 timer counts. Okay, that's a lot. That's a big debuff. Applies following effects itself. Every time this character uses Strike and Blast Arts card. Gets 1 new card randomly, 3 or fewer cards. Activation count resets after switch. Okay. Restore key by 10, 15% damage inflicted, 10 timer counts. The following effects occur when enemy activates auto counter or evade action while this character is not defeated. 50% to unique gauge charge rate. Shortens ally sub counts by 5. Reduce enemy key by 100. Cancel enemy attribute upgrades and buff effects. Inflict all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20 to arts costs and it's for 5 timer counts. It's shared before and after transforming. Okay. Strike arts cover change, blue card comboable. Following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy arts attack while the character is on the battlefield. Restores health by 10%. Oh, activates once. Restores health by 10%. Goes type neutral defensively for 10 counts. Shortens ally sub count by 1. Reduce enemy key by 20. Activation count resets after character switch. The following effects occur if own remaining health is 50% or below after being hit by an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. Activates once. Restores 20% health, charges the unique gauge by 50%, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 30 to all arts costs for 5 timer counts. Slightly charges on unique gauge every time this character uses an arts card while they are on the battlefield. That is the revival Vegeta, revival Nappa into Vegeta effect, I believe. That takes a very long time to fill up, so you're going to want to get those charge rates or charges in general. Applies effects itself once unique gauge is full. Gets 4 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards. Restore health by 30%. 1 arts card draw speed level. Type neutral for 5 counts. Nullifies destroy card effects for 5 counts. Key effects for 5 counts. And nullifies enemies' auto counters, evade actions, and special actions that activate when changing cover for 10 timer counts. Nice. I don't know why I taste blood currently. I think I might have bit my lip.
Had multis on Legends, and I got hot shit. We'll love to see the Legends still will not give me anything.
Fantastic. Following effects occur when enemy activates an ultimate arts. Awaken Arts or Rising Rush while this character is on the battlefield. Activates 3 times. Shortens allies subcount by 5 and cancels their upgrades and buff effects. It activates 3 times. So if you have a character that gets rushed by, let's say, Ultra Vegito Blue or something, who nullifies endurance on rush. If you have a character that has endurance and this Vegito is there, he's going to remove that buff effect so you can go into the character with endurance who will guarantee to live. Because that no longer is a buff effect of removing endurance because it's cancelable. Okay. I like the tech.
No, it's just more things that I don't get to play with.
Yeah. Blast armor, that's the same. 10% damage received, 10 counts. Massive impact damage, that's okay then. Applies falling effects itself upon activation. 50% special move damage inflicted for 3 counts. Nullify endurance. Applies falling effects to self. Well, to enemy on hit. Destroy all cards. Reduces ki by 50 to reduces Dragon Balls by 1. Activates twice. Okay. Blast armor is pretty much always like the normal thing. The special art. Okay, yeah. The green card. Applies the following. Okay, I'm having a stroke. Applies the following. Applies the following effects. God dang it. Okay, the following effects occur upon activation. There we go. Restore own health by 15% and ki by 50. That's kind of crazy. I mean, well, I shouldn't say it's crazy, but charge own unique gauge by 20%. 20% damage inflicted for 15 counts. Applies buff effect, nullifies enemies' auto counters, evade actions, and special actions that activate when changing cover to self for 10 timer counts. Shortens ally subcount by 1. And the following effects occur on hit. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 free cards. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 50% to health restoration for 10 timer counts. And everything is comboable with it, as well as blast armor when charging forward. That's nice. Draw a blue card next. This is the second main ability. Draw a blue card next. Restore own health by 30%, ki by 50, 20% damage inflicted. Gets full vanishing gauge. Cancel attribute downgrade under moral conditions. Seal enemies ultimate and awaken arts, and the sealed arts can't be used for 5 timer counts. You need to have him transform for 15 timer counts after, the 20 timer counts. Okay, unique ability. Okay, my throat's beginning to feel weird. Okay. There is so much stuff going on with these units. I cannot keep up with this. This is... I mean, I like the fact that we are having kits that are super complex, but at the same time, I can't keep up with reading essays. Okay. Applies following effects. See? Like, applies the following effects to self after transforming. 30% damage inflicted, 60% ki recovery, reduce impact, explode, and slice damage received by 15%. He's got 85% reduction against those? Okay, he's literally tanking like, what, Gogeta Blue or something? The fusing one, like actually fused. He's very tanky. Following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield or transforms. Restores own ki by 30. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 15% to strike. And Arts Blast Power for 10 timer counts. Inflicts all, minus 30% special move, ultimate and awaken Arts Power, 10 timer counts. Applies following effects itself and unique is full, goes type neutral, 5 counts, destroy, nullify, destroy card, reduce key effects for 5 timer counts, gets, basically, he can guaranteed attack for 10 counts as well. There's a unique ability number 2 as well. This is number 1 isn't even over. Applies falling effects to self every time the character uses Blaster Arts card. He gets 10 key, 15% damage inflicted, 10 counts. It's good. Gets randomly draws 2 new cards when this character uses Strike or Blast Arts. If you have 3 or fewer cards, activates once. Activation count resets it after switch. Following effects occur when enemy activates counter or evade action while this character is not defeated. 50% on unique age charge rate. Shortens ally subcount by 5. Reduce their key by 100. This is basically the exact same thing as the last time. I'm not needing to read it. Also, it says plus $20 its costs. Wasn't it 30? No, it was 20.
Gotta keep up with Legends kits. I don't even get to play with them because Legends rates suck.
Yeah, kind of wish they would slightly increase the rates a bit. Mostly for ultras.
Dude, I haven't pulled anything.
I haven't been playing.
I haven't pulled anything, and and then they just don't drop anything. Like I'm just like, God.
Strike
Because I can't do the
Arts.
missions because I can't pull the new stuff.
So he's got cover exchange against Strike Still with the blue card comboable. Following effects occur every time one hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield activates once. Restore health by 10%, nullify own unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 10 counts, shortens ally subcount by 1, reduce key by 20, activation count resets after switch. Also reduces impact, explode, and slice damage by 15% for 5 timer counts if unique age is full. Hang on. Hold the phone. 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 Minus 15% there. Minus 15% there. And then the initial buff effects carry over to the transform state, 70%. So for 5 counts, this guy has against, where is it? Okay, for 5 counts, this guy has 100% reduced damage received against impact, explode, and slice damage inflicted. He cannot die, is what this is telling me, against those 3 things. He's going to age pretty well. He's going to age pretty well. Activation count resets after. Oh, it resets after switch. Whoa. Okay. Okay. As following effects, the following effects occur if phone remaining health is 50% or below after being hit by an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. Gets 20% health this time. I think he already got it. I think he already got 20% in base, actually. Yeah, he already got 20%. 50% unique age charge rate.
For the people who know me, the reason why I'm complaining so much is genuinely because I just hate Legends with a passion.
Yeah, pretty much. This guy's a Legends hater certified.
I'm the biggest hater.
Yeah, pretty much.
My thing.
$30 cost 5. Yeah, it's just the same.
My thing is that I haven't been able to like pull anything good, so like I just can't even play the game.
That's kind of fair. It's mostly their rates that suck, not the gameplay.
gameplay I'm fine with. Is just like the rates are garbage, so I can't pull anything. And then when I do pull something, it's like something old.
Fair. Slightly charged onion. Yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it? Yep, it sure is. I'm not rereading that. Following effects occur when that's the exact same thing as well. I am not rereading that. So Vegeto's top 3 for sure, after actually, like, rating his kid instead of just going off of, oh, I think he's top 3. Because, well, I mean, I knew he countered counters, but I didn't think he had that much in his kit. He's definitely top 3. His Vegito Blue stats after transformed. He has 2.6 million health, 262,000-ish strike attack, which is average, 283,000 blast attack, which is decently high, 179,000 strike defense, which is pretty good, and 183,000 blast defense. Okay. How long has it been recording already? So, Jesus Christ, 21 minutes to break down one unit. Well, let's try to go at a faster pace. Okay, so Goku Black is, I'm going to pull it up on my phone as well. Goku Black is yellow defense type. I know he's defense type. Yeah, he's a defense type. So in base form, he has, oh my god, his stats are pathetic. 2.5 million health, 246,000 strike attack, 239,000 blast attack, 180,000 strike defense, 181,000 blast defense. That is really, really bad offenses. Okay. Okay. 38% tag future God Key or powerful opponent based strike and blast defense, and 18% to tag future strike attack during battle. I like that he's giving defense, giving units more chance to survive the absolute onslaught that is going to be Vegito Blue. No blast armor base, no blast arts effect either in base. Okay. Blue card deals massive explode damage, 30% damage inflicted for 3 timer counts upon activation, 100% chance to inflict bleed on hit. That's pretty good. If unique gauge is full, resets unique gauge to 0, and the following effects occur upon activation: 30% special move damage inflicted for 3 counts, he's up to 60% there, and nullifies endurance. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 30% to health restoration for 5 timer counts. He has blast armor. Okay. Green card. Applies following effect itself upon activation. Okay. 10% health, goes type neutral defensively for 10 counts. Nullifies enemies' melee tap action, strike arts, and most forward charging and other special move and special arts while in fighting pose. He nullifies blue cards and green cards. Okay. Following effects occur if the attacks are nullified. Gets 4 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards. 50 key. 30% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Reduces the enemy's vanishing gauge to 0%. Activates once. Reduce enemy key by 100. Inflicts all enemies with 3 substitution counts. Okay. Let's look at the main ability. 30. He restores 30% health, 50 key, nullify enemy special actions that activate when changing. So he gets. Okay, that's just Governal. And cancel attribute downgrade number normal conditions. Also 20 timer counts. 150% damage inflicted, 70% reduced damage received, 70% on key recovery, arts card draw speed, -5 to own arts costs, and inflicts all enemies with no special cover changing for 15 timer counts. Basically, to just explain what this does, because I have seen some gameplay on this Goku Black. Let's say you have Ultra Rose, who's got a terrible way to get cover on, which is he needs to use like 14 arts cards, and it can't be, I don't think it can be greens. Might not even be able to be blues. I think blues might be allowed. You need to use 14 arts cards and then a strike arts after that to get cover null for 10 to 15 timer counts in an ultimate. With this guy, he can cover for Ultra Rose for 15 timer counts because this, yes, it's a debuff, but it's a debuff that is not able to be canceled right now. That means if you are in a combo and you've got Goku Black, immediately you can switch to another character and start pummeling the enemies, without cover null. This is beautiful design for older characters in the game that got screwed on a Zenkai or just their kit. I love this introduction. I don't even really think this is that toxic because it actually gets rid of those double cover changing toxic units. Like Ultra G4, who is purple and this guy's yellow, but still. Following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Randomly draws one new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Restores health by 15%. Activates 3 times. Don't know why that's limited. Actually, I kind of do know why it's limited. That would be quite strong. 70% damage inflicted. Cannot be cancelled. Activates once. Reduce impact and slice damage received by 10% for 10 timer counts. Cannot be cancelled. So he's got 80% reduction against that. And then goes type neutral defensively 10 counts. And then all enemies get minus 20% to special move ultimate and awaken arts power for 15 timer counts. Yeah, okay. Following effects applies the following effects to self upon landing a strike or blast arts hit. Activates once. Gets 30 key, 30% damage inflicted, and it resets after switch. Cancels enemies' buff effects when they activate in ultimate arts, awaken arts, or rising arts while this character is on the battle. Activates twice. Vegito gets that 3 times. Vegito's just better in that regard. It's not even close. Shortens on subcount by 5 when enemy... okay, hang on. They want... Okay, then. Yeah, that's what they want you to do. They want you to switch into this guy from Vegito, because they both get rid of 5 subcount. So they get rid of 10 subcount total. And this Goku Black also cancels enemies' buff effects when they rush. And I believe he also has endurance. I think. He has a strike, cover change in base, comboable with blue card. Yeah, he has endurance. That's nice. Cancel on down attribute downgrades in abnormal conditions. Destroy all enemy arts cards. Activation count is shared before and after transforming. Greatly charges his own unique gauge every time one hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. That's written the exact same way as Super Baby 2, who only needs to get hit 3 times with an arts cards. Basically, if a blue card hits you, pretty sure he'd charge it in 2. Okay. Following effects occur once unique gauge is full. 20% health. Shortens ally subcount by 2. Randomly destroys 2 enemy cards. Reduce enemy key by 50. Inflicts all enemies with no special cover, changing for 15 timer counts. That's, again, They can't do anything about it. Alright. Oh yeah, I zoned out. The following effects occur when enemy switches characters while this character is on the battlefield. Restore zone health by 5%. That's kind of low. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 10 to all arts costs for 10 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 1 to arts card draw speed for 5 timer counts. Applies the following effects to self after the enemy attack is over. Restores 20% of damage received, up to 20% of health, 30% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Why is that limited? Yeah, and it's going over that. Okay, so now transformed, he has blast armor and 100% chance to inflict extreme bleed, plus 10% damage received for 10 timer counts to enemies. And now his blue card is applies the following effects to self upon activation: 30% special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. Restores Vanishing Gauge by 100%, activates once, nullifies Endurance, and on hit applies the following effects to enemy. Inflicts the attribute downgrade plus 10 to all arts costs for 20 timer. That's a long time. What? 20 timer counts. 100% chance to inflict extreme bleed. If the unique gauge is full, resets it to 0 and applies the following effects: 30% special move damage inflicted for 3 counts. That's 60% now. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 50% to health restoration for 5 timer counts. Blast armor. I'm pretty sure this green card's a projectile. So applies the following effects to
These
self.
sound cool. I wish I could play with them.
Maybe in another life for both of us.
Yeah. Because if you're at like 10k CC max, it's like great.
Applies the following effects itself upon activation. Gets 1 new card, 50 key. Following effects occur on hit. 20% damage inflicted 5 counts. Applies. Gives himself cover null for 10 counts. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade minus 50% to health restoration for 5 timer counts. Everything is comboable. If unique gauge is full, it resets to 0 and gives 10% health, minus 15% enemy sustained damage cut for 10 counts to self, and shortens ally sub count by 2. Huh. Cool. Main ability. These units kits are so long. I would like if they just made them straightforward, like insane percent damage inflicted buffs, and the rest is just kind of like simple.
I wish that it was easier to understand rather than being like trying to read a fucking technical manual.
Literally. Uh, Main ability gets a blue card, 20% health and 50 key, gets 100% unique gauge, because that's fair. Cancels own attribute downgrades in abnormal conditions, nullifies in favor, goes type neutral 10 counts. 15 counts must elapse after transforming. Unique ability gets 40% damage inflicted, 60% own key recovery. He's got 130% key recovery. 20% health to 20% to own health restoration for 30 timer counts. Cannot be cancelled. Applies the following effects. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 50%. Health restoration 5 counts. So this guy's basically just heal, 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 enemy, no healing, no healing, no healing. Okay, following effects occur when he enters battlefield. 1 new card, 3 fewer cards, 50% health, activates 3 times. Okay, it's shared before transforming as well. Restore own key by 30, reduce damage received by Okay, so you still got that. Still type neutral, minus 30%, 15 counts. Okay. Applies the following effects to self-blind landing striker. Blast Arts hit activates once, 30 key, 40 strike. No, 40% damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, and it resets after switch. He cancels buff effects and shortens the sub count by 5 for those things, and then it's shared before and after transforming. Unique ability 2, he is now a blast. Cover change. Combo blue card. Still has endurance. Still destroys the enemy's arts cards. Still cancels the attribute downgrades on normal conditions. Yeah, I mean the unique agent bracer is the exact same. I mean, yeah, it literally is. Following effects occur when enemy switches characters while this character is on the battlefield. Restores health by 5%. I mean, that's the exact same too. Applies the following effects to see. Yeah, that's basically the exact same too. 40%. I don't need to read those actually. Transform stats: 2.6 million health, 255,000 ish strike attack, 248,000 ish blast attack, which is really bad. 187,000 strike defense and 188,000 blast defense. Okay. I mean, he'll have solid tanking, but his offenses are not the best, per se. I'm going to read my kit now. First, going over the stats. They aren't on the websites, so I kind of have to do it like this. 2.4 million health, 225,000 strike attack, 244,000 blast attack, 175,000 strike defense, 177,000 blast defense. That's really bad. Strike has nothing. 150% blast damage inflicted against enemy's armor. Blast armor. That's pretty good. Massive pierce damage. Falling effects occur. Okay, I hate reading. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. 20% special move and damage inflicted for 3 counts, minus 20% enemy sustained damage count for 3 counts. Shortens ally sub count by 2. You better nullify endurance somewhere. Randomly destroys one of your own arts cards and draws 2 blast arts cards next. Restores own key by 50. Okay. 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level for 15 timer counts. Oh, it doesn't stack for some reason. You know, you got limited card draw speed. Cancelable. But it doesn't stack. Gets cover all for 10 counts. Ultimate. 50% damage. Ultimate damage inflicted 3 counts. Massive pierce damage. Seals enemies rising rush for 15 timer counts. What the hell? Following effects occur on hit. Destroys all of your enemies' arts cards. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade. Plus 20% damage received for 30 timer counts. Okay. So, main ability. Gets the ultimate. 20% health. 50 key. Cancel attribute downgrades in abnormal conditions. Go type neutral for 20 counts. Z ability. 35% to tag future, weapon wielder, or girls. Base blast. base blast attack and defense, and 18% to weapon wielder base strike defense during battle. Alright, this is unique ability number 1. 110% damage inflicted, 70% reduced damage received by 10% to impact and pierce damage, 50% zone key recovery, art scar draw speed level 1, 15% to damage inflicted by allied tag future weapon wielder or girls cannot be cancelled. My Vegito and Goku Black kind of work pretty well together, it seems, on Future. To be fair, Future should have already been this strong at least once this year, you know. It's been about, like, I don't know, 14 to 16 months since the last Future character, if we're ignoring Zenkai, so, you know, it's a dead tag. Needed this badly. Gets, so if, when entering the battlefield, gets a green card, activates twice.
In this recording, I started the um the burst mode and I finished the burst mode.
Wow. Gets 30 key, 70% damage inflicted, activates once, can't be cancelled, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, minus 15% to strike and blast arts power for 10 counts. Also applies the following effects to self if a tag or future weapon wielder girls is a battle member. 50% health, 30% damage inflicted, nullify enemy endurance, 10 counts. Skull. I'm literally starting to get fed up with reading this, but I am already so far in, it's not worth stopping.
Out.
This is terrible.
I'm starting to pass the fuck out.
Following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. Shortens ally sub count by 2. Activates once. Reduce 20 enemy key by 20. Activates twice. Activation counts reset after character switch. I'm starting to feel sick from how much I'm reading, actually. It's making my throat feel that bad. That's horrific. I'm also going to leave a like on this Goku Black thing. Okay. Following effects. Okay. Activation counts reset after switch. Following effects occur when this character is on standby. Randomly draws one new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Restores ally health by 5%. 15% damage inflicted by allies for 20 timer counts. She's giving 30% damage inflicted support. Okay. Knocks enemy back to long range if a strike. Okay, so strike cover change. Blue card is comboable. Applies following effects to all enemies when changing cover. 15 to all costs for 5 counts. Minus 1 arch card draw speed 5 counts. Applies following effects to self every time this character uses a blast arts. Restores key by 10, 15% damage inflicted for 15 counts, 10% special move damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, activates 3 times. 10% critical rate cannot be cancelled, activates 3 times. You're not living 3 cover changes. Oh wait, no. It's every time this character uses a blast arts. I'm sorry. I'm literally at Skull earlier than normal by about a good half hour. So this is a lot on the brain. Following effects occur: plane landing, a blast arts hit, randomly draws one new card when you have 3 or fewer cards, activates twice, activation count resets after switch, inflicts enemies with attribute downgrade minus 30% health restoration for 10 timer counts, applies following effects to enemy according to the number of times they have been hit with a blast arts, 100% chance to inflict heavy bleed, 2 times. If you hit them 2 times, if you hit them 4 times, 100% chance to inflict poison. If you hit them 4 times, 50% chance to inflict paralysis, and the hit count resets after the character switches. Okay, that's my. Let's go on to Frieza himself so I can get this shit show of a recording out of the way.
Exactly.
Okay. They are blue and purple. Cell is blue, Frieza is purple. Okay, so they're one of those units. Gotcha. Okay, 2.4 million health, 254,000 strike attack, 235,000 blast attack, 169,000 strike defense. That's terrible. 167,000 blast defense. That is horrible. That, that's disgustingly bad. No strike arts effect, no blast arts effect. Um, massive impact damage, 30%. Special move damage inflicted, 3 timer counts. On hit, randomly destroys 2 arts guards, inflicts attribute downgrade minus 50% to health restoration for 15 timer counts. Blast armor when charging forward. I just closed that thing out on accident. Okay, green card. Randomly draws 1 new card. 40 key. Switch gauge 40%. 30% damage inflicted 15 counts. Cover in all 10 counts. Cancel attribute downgrades. Okay, this is the Awaken Arts. Massive impact damage, seals the character. Okay, seals the enemy character. Okay then. There's at least 2. There are at least 2 enemy battle members remaining. The damage from Almighty Light Cage does not cause the enemy to be defeated. The damage from Almighty Light Cage does not cause an enemy special action that activates when health reaches 0 to activate. It is an online battle. It is in an online battle excluding co-op. There are currently no sealed enemy characters. And the sealed character cannot enter the battlefield. Cannot enter the battlefield until one of the following conditions met. This character's defeated and all enemies are basically dead. Blast armor and charging forward. Still recording? It's still recording. Good. Goody. Nice. At least to allow the people to have nice artwork to be looked at while I'm suffering over here reading kits. Switch to Frieza, switch to purple, 15% health, 30% damage inflicted, gets card draw speed by 1 level 5 counts, inflict enemy with attribute downgrade minus 30% key recovery 15 counts, applies the following effects to self if 25 counts have elapsed from start battle, activates once, gets the Awaken Arts, and nullifies enemies, destroy card effects for 10 counts. Activation count is shared between Cell and Frieza. Okay. 35% to tag GT, tag why future? What the hell is this character is from GT, not future? Is it because of Cell?
Probably.
Tag future, tag android, blaze strike and blaze base strike attack and blast strike attack and defense. 18% blast defense to android. When battle starts, 100% to switch gauge, 110% damage inflicted, 70% reduced damage received, Arts card draw speed 1 level. -5 strike card. -5 to all costs, basically, except for what looks like greens. 20% health restoration, can't be cancelled. Gradually restores health each timer count, can't be cancelled. Reduce impact damage received by 10% for 60 counts, can't be cancelled. Applies following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield or enters the battlefield via tag switch. Gets 30 key. 80% damage inflicted once. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade. 15% damage received, 15 counts. Following effects also occur if there is a defeated enemy battle member. Gets becomes immune to reduce key effects for 10 counts. Reduce the enemy Dragon Balls by 1. And seals enemy mains for 5 counts. Following effects occur upon landing a strike or blast arts hit. Restores own health by 3%, key by 10, 20% damage inflicted 10 counts, minus 20% health restoration for 10 counts to the enemy. When an enemy rushes or does like anything with like an ultimate or awaken, 10% health, showing sub counts by 3. It's shared between Cell and Frieza, and it can be activated twice. Strike cover, change blue card comboable. Following effects occur when the enemy uses an arts card while this character is on the battlefield, activates once. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for damage sustained, so Ghost type neutral defensively. Shortens ally subcounts by 2, reduce enemy key by 20. Seals the enemy's blue cards. Can't be used 5 counts. Minus 15% strike and blast arts power 5 counts. I hate reading. I really do. Frieza should go a little faster because I'm just going to read the new stuff. I'm not going to even reread the entire kit. Because it should be basically the exact same. Unless it's like the fusing Gogeta and fusing Vegito. Please don't be. Okay, following effects occur when this character is on standby. 10% health. Turns on sub count by 1, activates 3 times, or restore ally key by 20, seal all enemy main abilities for 5 counts. After using an Awakened Arts card, applies the following effects to self when the enemy switches characters, and while this character is on the battlefield, activates 1 time. 1 fucking time. Can I read this shit faster? Charge own switch gauge by 100%, vanishing gauge 100%, 60% key recovery, 15% critical rate, activation count is shared with Frieza. No shit, Sherlock. Frieza has nothing for strike and blast, 30% special move damage inflicted with 3 counts, 100% chance to inflict heavy bleed on hit. Inflict enemy with attribute downgrade plus 10 to all arts, cost 10 counts. Blast armor when charging forward. Stats stay the same, so I don't need to check those. Gets on green card, gets 1 new card, 40 keys, switch gauge 40%, 30% damage inflicted, 10 counts. They get cover null, cancel on attribute downgrades. Doesn't say abnormal conditions. I'm not rereading the entire thing for Awakened Arts. So when you switch to Cell, you become blue, restore health by 15%, 30% damage inflicted, 15 counts. Gets 1 card draw speed, 5 counts. Inflict enemy with attribute downgrade, minus 30% for health restoration, 15 counts. Applies the following effects to self if enemy. No. Applies the following effects to self if 25 counts have elapsed. I already read that. Dang it! It's completely different. It's completely different. Okay. When this character enters battlefield, attack switch 30 key, and then 15% damage received, 15 counts to enemy. If there's defeated enemy battle member, gets reduced. Becomes immune to reduce key effects, 10 counts, reduce enemy Dragon Balls by 1, seal all enemy main abilities for 5 counts. Falling effects occur upon landing a Striker Blast Arts hit. 3% health, 10 key, 20% damage inflicted, 10 counts. All enemies get plus 3 to Strike and Blast Arts cost for 10 counts. That does almost nothing. Applies falling effects itself. Yeah. When they activate a rush, it's 10%. Yeah, I'm not reading that actually. Strike Arts, cover change, blue card comboable. Once a character uses an arts card on battlefield once. Type neutral, defensively 5 counts. Reduce sub count by 2. Reduce enemy key by 20. Can't be used for 5 counts. The blue card can't be used for 5 counts. Inflict all enemies with the attribute downgrade 15% to Strike and Blast Arts power for 5 counts. Activation count resets after switch. Okay, these effects occur when switch to standby. 10% health. Shorten sub count by 1. Seal all enemy main abilities 5 counts. After using that Awakened Arts card. Charge switch gauge by 100%. Vanishing gauge 100%. 60% key recovery. 15% crit rate. It's shared with Cell. My throat burns now. So thank you, Legends, for these complex kits. I am done. I am fed up. I am done. That's the fucking video. You have anything to say, Deadpan Idiot? Good talk. You sound like you're bored out of your fucking mind.
I am. Did the recording end?
Oh, it's still going. I'm done reading these piece of shit kits, though. Yeah. Well, I'm pissed off now.
I genuinely was trying really hard. I was genuinely trying really hard not to fall asleep.
Yeah, bro, that's an hour of fucking reading! Goodbye, chat.